Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a plan with me. So we will be planning for the week of February the 6th and recapping the week of January 30th. I've got my candle out because it is the full moon. And so when I'm done filming this, I will be doing a little full moon journaling, setting intentions, journaling about what I'm going to be letting go of, things like that. So I've just got my candle ready, and it helps me feel quite relaxed. So I'm just going to set that aside there. And you know what, guys? I almost didn't film this plan with me. I started planning, and I started just sort of like doing it on my own here. And then I was like, oh, maybe tomorrow I will film and just share with you like my plans and my recap and all of that, but not actually do it and like film myself doing it. It is 9:41 p.m. My husband finally finished painting our bedroom. It took him 4 days just because, it took him 4 days because he also redid all of the trim, the baseboards and the trim around the closet door and our bedroom door. And yeah, so there was a lot to do, and doing that in the middle of while we have our work stuff to do as well. So lots of breaks. And anyway, so it's finally done and I'm so excited. And our room just feels so much better and so much fresher. So yeah, I was kind of tired. I was like, you know what, I'm not going to film tonight. I think I'm just going to relax. But then I got a second wind. So let's get to it. So this is my task card where I have my plans, or not my plans, my order that I do my planning in. All right, so my week recap, I did do that here. I just put my lighting down a little bit. I felt like it was a little too bright. So, and this is the beauty of painting a room. We painted it white. So, and that's where my desk is. And so therefore, we had blue walls before. So it's much brighter now. Yeah, which is great. So I don't need as much light, which I prefer. So my week recap here. So my goal was to do 31 contacts. I did do my 31 contacts. 2 leads I did. And my goal, I'm realizing I need to have my goals in here broken down. I believe it is, so if we look at this per quarter, so my leads are 62 for the quarter. So 62 divided by 3 months is 20 per month, or 21 per month. So 21 divided by 4, so it's 5 a week. Okay, and then appointments booked is 12 divided by 3 times, divided by 4, 1 appointment booked per week. And I'm +1 for that. I did not hold any appointments. The goal is 10 per quarter. Divide that by 4 weeks is 0.8, so like 1 appointment per week. And then contracts signed is 7 divided by 3 months divided by 4 weeks is 0.5. I can't really. So anyway, so we'll just say I hit that goal. No firm deals though. That's how I did, and this is everything broken down. And then what worked, I focus on my contact goal and appointment, contact number and appointments. So in my inserts here, yeah, okay. Thought I was on the wrong week for a second. So in my inserts, here's where I'm keeping track. So every time I make a contact, I circle in one of my circles. And so that's how, so I've been focusing on that each day. And then I'm counting. I'm like, okay, I've got my 31. And if I have energy and I feel good, I'm going to keep going. But if not, that's one thing I'm learning to do, is pay attention to my energy and not push myself. So yeah, so 2 leads that day. I booked a buyer appointment. I booked a listing appointment this day. And yeah, those are my 2 appointments, 2 leads. And this right now, what I'm doing is just follow-up calls. I am going to be getting to cold calling again, just once a week, and primarily focusing on my database. Yeah. And I was chatting with Ryan and Tyler about that this week, and I think we'll see how the week goes, but this might be the week that I start doing one day of cold calls. All right, so that's how I did with that. So just focusing on hitting that contact number and then focusing on appointments. So, you know, the beginning of the year, so the month of January is really just about getting into the rhythm again. And I wasn't really intentional with offering appointments, which is interesting because anyways, I clearly took too much time off because it took me a while to warm up. But anyhow, so that's my focus now, is making sure that I'm focusing on that. And I booked 2 appointments this week. What didn't work, really bad PMS, really bad PMS. So, yeah, if any of you are in your 40s or 50s and you've gone through menopause or you're going through perimenopause, I know a lot of you talk to me about your experience, so I know a lot of you are in this with me. But yeah, my cycle was supposed to start last Sunday, so here I am 7 days later, but I've got the PMS. I'm so tired this week, and I was in quite a bit of pain. So that's a big reason why I didn't, I had good rhythm going, right? Like I could have kept going and booked more appointments. Like it was going well, but I was like, you know what? I got to conserve my energy because I still have other work commitments and household commitments and things like that. So I'm quite proud of myself. So when I say it didn't work, what I meant was I could have, this is probably old conditioning I need to release. I could have got more work done, but at the same time, I got a lot of work done. So, I struggle with that. As far as what didn't work, I couldn't really think of anything else because I was focused, and I got, my goal's 3 days, to do calls 3 days, because it is a lot of sitting as well. And then my other, you know, when I'm not on the phones, I'm focusing on my personal wellness and other work things that I need to get done, household things. So I think overall it was a pretty good week, and I've got some momentum going. So I'm going to put a question mark beside that because, like, you know, is that really something that didn't work? I mean, it's out of my control. PMS, you can't time that. It just happens. So, so maybe I didn't have anything that didn't work. I don't know. I think it was like I was on fire and I was focused, considering how I felt. So I'm pretty proud of myself for that. Anyways, sharpen the saw. My goal was to read. I didn't really read for pleasure. So I want to get back to, so I finished all the Bridgerton books and I want to read the prequels, but my son's girlfriend, she is like a fast reader. I'll give her one of the books to read and I get it back like a week later. Anyways, so I gave her the prequel books while I was still on the last book, but I keep reminding my son every time he sees her, I'm like, get the first one back because I want to start reading them again. I have other books I could read, but I just, you know, while I'm still, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Into that storyline, I want to keep reading it. So I did not read for pleasure, but I did read this whole book. And I just started it on yesterday. I read this between yesterday and today. Like, binge read it. I couldn't put it down. I learned so much. And then based on this book, there are, what does she call these? Like contemplation or whatever. So for you to basically, she gives you like the questions and fill in the blanks to implement what you're learning in here. So it's all throughout, like after each chapter, there's one. And so what I've been doing is I bought this notebook specifically, another astrology for my human design. So yeah, so this is all notes that I took. And then this is my last one that I'm going to be doing. I'm going to tape in my chart here. And then I'm going to get into them. So this is the very last chapter. So, but I stopped myself today because I was like, you know what? I need a break. So I did do a lot of reading, you could say. I didn't really read. I guess it kind of is for pleasure. It's not fiction, but it was still enjoyable. And then great with my Mindful app on my watch. You guys know that I've been struggling with that. So I did that most days this week. I didn't do it yesterday or today, but I did do it Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then I did read Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Oh, I did start reading the Human Design book Friday night. I read the first 2 chapters, and then I finished the rest between yesterday and today. While Ryan was painting, in between cooking and other things, I just read. So that's how I did with that. And then the best use of my time, I focused on getting the bulk of my work done between Monday and Wednesday so that I could rest the rest of the week, because I knew with the PMS that I was feeling and my energy was zapped, I knew that I probably wouldn't have the stamina to continue on. So I focused and got rid of distractions, and Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, I got it all done, and it felt really good. And I did that the previous week as well. So I don't know, I think there's something to that, because then when Monday comes around, I'm energized and I'm ready to go. So I think that might be my magic bullet, for lack of better words. Maybe I am tired. Okay, so a week recap continues. Let's do my compass card here. So my Mindful app daily, most days, and then read 3 times. I did read 3 times. I didn't do my actual projective movement course, but I did do a lot of human design, so I'm going to check that off. Focus on routines, not 100% like I want to. Okay, so my CEO role, I still have not done my Cranbrook script yet. I mean, it's not hard to do. It's vacant lots. Ryan and I just haven't sat down to do it. But this coming week is the week that we want to get in there and film. We have some nicer weather. It's been feeling like -30. We had a cold snap. Is that what you call it? A cold spell, cold snap this past week. It felt like 30 degrees, I think 4 of the days, like really cold. But now it's -2 today. Actually, no, it's +1 right now. So I think it was +2 today. And then it felt like -3 degrees Celsius. So much milder temperatures. So we do hope to get there this week to do that. Focus on appointments during my calls. Did that. I have not sent out handwritten notes yet. And then I did not FaceTime my sister or book friend dates. I was just, yeah, focused on other things. And then my work routines here, my follow-up Monday to Wednesday, entered my stats, and then reviewed my goals 3 times out of the week. So that's a huge improvement. My goal is to review my goals daily, but you know what, 3 times, this past week was really good. And then my personal routines, the human design stuff, face massage. I only did that once this week. I totally got away from that. And then my Mindful app, reading, focus on routines. So that's how my work went, how my week recap went. My weekly task list. So I've got quite a few things here that I'm going to be migrating. I'm going to be migrating this one as well. Get that done this week. And then here's my week. I incorporated some stickers. It made it fun. I like the combo of the pink and the teal. And some more stickers here. Ryan started painting on, he started painting on the Monday. And yeah, just lots of work notes too. I like a busy looking. If you guys remember my plan with me from last week, I had no appointments, so it was quite empty, but you can see your time will fill up. And this was Friday, yesterday, and today. I haven't filled anything in yet, but I will. Okay, anyways, next up is going to my quarterly goals. Let's see how we're doing. I just did do my month recap, so I don't think there's really going to be anything to really look at here as far as my quarterly goals. I did review these earlier today, actually, and I did write out my personal expenses, actually, so that's done. Still need to do a budget meeting with Ryan, and then continue our no spend on non-essentials. You guys, I bought planner tabs yesterday, so I was doing good, or Friday, sorry. I was doing good. I actually today is the 5th. Okay. No spend today. Okay, so Friday, I did buy planner tabs because I really enjoyed making these tabs and I want to have options for future projects. So I ordered some planner. Were they essential? No. So that's why and then I've been documenting in here and then putting in how much we spend. But yeah, so not doing so well on no spend on non-essentials. I mean, it's really like planner tabs, not that big of a deal. My wellness review, my routines daily. I have not been reviewing them daily. Hip and shoulder strengthening. Need to get back to that. And then my mindful app, I've been doing much better with the mindful. So just want to continue with that. And then my human design, my course and the book. So I finished the book. And I'm going to continue on this week with my, it's called the projector movement. So it's specific to my human design type. And then my video course, I got to get to that this week too. So I'm not sure if I'm going to write that in as a big rock or just write it in here. Video course. Okay. And then let's go to my rolls. Okay, I'm going to do my compass card, rolls and big rocks. I'm going to speed this part up and I'll go through it with you. So that's what's next, reviewing my rolls, choosing my big rocks, and completing my compass card. Okay, so for Sharpen the Saw, meditation. And instead of just putting the mindful app, I put meditation because it all counts. So if I do one of the 5-minute or the 10-minute meditations, or even just the 1-minute deep breathing, it all counts. Okay, and then reviewing my routines. I was looking at my card thinking, okay, is there any routines in here that stand out that I want to focus on this week? But there isn't really one that stands out, that pops out to me. So I just put, that's why I put it, just make sure I'm reviewing this daily. And then it's sort of like, what do I feel that I need? What does my body need or my mind need this, you know, that day? And then that's what I will focus on, because I don't know that's really realistic to do all of these in like the morning and the night every single day, because things pop up that are out of your control. And then catch up on my journaling. I'm a couple days behind. And so I need to catch up on that. My CEO role, film at our Cranbrook Estates, follow up an offer. So there's an agent that called us. So we have one that's listed now, and then we have 4 others that are exclusive. So they are not on MLS yet. So I do have a potential offer coming in on one of those lots. So I want to follow up on with that realtor. And then handwritten notes, got to get those done. And then film a January market recap video. So just on Friday, we got the email with the numbers for January and how our region finished. So I want to film a video on that to send that out to my email subscribers. And then my daughter role is to FaceTime with my dad. I haven't talked to him since my birthday. So it's been a couple weeks now. All right. So that is my compass card. Next up is to look at my monthly calendar. And I do actually have some things oh no, I don't. Okay, yep, this is all correct. Yep, this is all correct. So we're good there. Okay, master task list. I've been adding to this, so I've got quite a few more things added. So now let's set up my week. I'm gonna put that aside. I added some stickers already while I was watching TV earlier, because I just find it more fun to plan each day when I have a little something pretty to look at. All right, set that aside. transfer tasks. So let's transfer the tasks from, so what I'm going to do is transfer any tasks from this past week and then look at my master task list, and anything in there I'll be adding in as well, whether it be, if it's not day specific, it'll just go here, but if it is day specific, I'll be putting it under one of my work tasks. So I will run through this and walk you through when I'm done. All right, that is it for now. So here are my tasks. I transferred a lot over from my master task list as well as my weekly task list from this week. And then my top follow-ups, my work routines. I like to do follow-up and enter stats just so that I can, see when am I doing my follow-up, and am I consistent, and then take stock, like how did I feel that week? So the last 2 weeks I did Monday to Wednesday, and that really worked for me. So I'd like to see the patterns. And then reviewing my goals, and then projector movement. I put that specifically instead of just human design because I really want to get that next module done. And then focus on the gates and planets, and then my pelvic physio, and then my sharpen the saw, meditation, reading, and then reviewing my routines. Yeah, just to see the patterns and see how often I'm doing that. And also it's easier to measure when I'm seeing it here and it's checked off. And we all know how we like to check things off, right? It feels good. It's like satisfaction, like done, I did that. So, all right. Now I'm going to schedule my week. So I will be speeding this part up just to help the video be quicker. You know what I'm thinking of doing as well? I am thinking of cutting slits in my inserts. Again, I stopped doing that. So cutting slits in my inserts, and then having this be my page marker so that when I go, when you are opening up your binder and you're just going straight to where it says today, it takes me to today instead of taking me to my dashboard. Although I do like seeing the dashboard. I don't know. It's just something that I've been thinking about because I'm finding it annoying that I come here and then it's the dashboard and it's like, I don't need to look at that right now. I need today. And then I have this, but this doesn't stick up enough for me to grab it. Anyways, just things that are going through my mind lately. This is good. It's good. I love it. I love it. So this is Monday. This is tomorrow. I used a sticker from the Boss Babe sticker book. I've had this for years. I have a couple of these actually, and I have one that's almost empty, and then I had to start a new one. So I'm just really digging some stickers lately. So yeah, I have coffee at, he's one of the top agents in our office. And it's interesting that it's like we're each other's biggest cheerleader. And we've sat together at events, but we've never gone out for coffee or anything like that. So we do a lot of chit-chatting and supporting each other and answering questions for each other, things like that, always through text. So yeah, so finally we're going to be going over to his house. He's just done some renovations, so he's invited Ryan and I over. So we're gonna go for coffee and chit-chat. It's gonna be great. Car appointment, and then I've got my routines. I don't really have, or tasks. I don't have any work tasks. I have a couple that are top tasks. That's why they're at the top, but nothing really that I could think of. But that's okay. It's good to have the white space because as you saw, my schedule last week was all white space. And this is what happens, right? So it's good. Got compass card. I'm going to be putting some sort of a quote in there, probably from, I haven't used this in a while, my Love Powered affirmations. So I'm going to pick one from here. I haven't used this Love Powered affirmation, these cards in quite a while. I used to use them all the time. So I'm going to choose one from here and put a nice quote in there. Yeah, so coaching, I have a buyer appointment there. My Wednesday, we have a ladies only. It's a mastermind for the ladies in real estate. So I'm really looking forward to that. It's our first one. And then film my market minute. I do that every Wednesday. Yeah, that's it. Thursday and Friday, I don't plan on doing calls. So then I've got, this would be a good day to do my budget meeting, work on scripts. I need to do that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Hoping to get to the cottage this weekend since the weather's getting nicer. Yeah, that's my week. That's my plans. That's my plan with me. I think that was it. Yep, schedule my week. That's the last thing on there. So that's my plan with me for the week of February the 6th. If you have any questions, you know the drill. Leave them in the comments below. You can email me, message me on Instagram, Facebook, whatever. And yeah, thanks for watching, you guys. I hope you have a great week. I hope you had a great week, and I hope you have a great week ahead, and we will see you in the next video. Bye.